We're here with our next quarterback, Carl Robinson III. We're going to talk a little bit of shot tonight, talk about a little football, and get ready for our game tomorrow. Carl has been the player of the week how many times now?
Twice.
Twice. And how many games we got left to say that. But if you watch an arena football, I know that everybody out there, if you got any understanding of football, can understand what this man's capable of doing. And he's definitely a jackrabbit, not somebody who will try to get after. But anyway, so uh, y'all know who I am. I'm the man that talks a lot, co-owner, the Renegades, the real. But I'll tell you all my music next month. It's about Carl right now. But I want to thank Carl for coming. We have a crazy ass a bunch of bad trap and stuff like that. So that shows he's committed. I'm not even telling about what time. Corey, man, tomorrow. So, but anyway, Carl, where'd you just talk about yourself, man? Being in indoor football this year, and especially being. Let me ask you this first, just for the local people and stuff. How do you like Beaumont?
So far, I love Beaumont. Honestly, when I was back home in Killeen, uh, outskirts city,
Damn, I
you
keep
know, good
keep
people out
forgetting you
here.
say you're from Killeen,
It
man.
is definitely good people out here. Not a
Yeah,
lot to do, but a whole lot, people to bond with. So,
yeah. Well, I mean, I tell you, as far as like I told you, man, in this town, if you're a quarterback, and now even she's the high schools, but now with us, it's a matter of time, man. You'll walk in the store and you'll see what I'm talking about. I mean, it's probably will happen pretty quick because I know tomorrow, and we're gonna definitely put a ass stomping on the Rougarou. My boy Keith that owns the Rougarou. I ain't gonna Keith, you're my boy. You did a whole lot to help. I'm gonna tell you, God bless you more, man. I shall see you that pit, buddy. But I'm talking mess, man. Keith, I know y'all been gaming for this kid all week, but there's nothing y'all can do to stop it. So anyway, so I don't take over everything. Carl, so you're from Killeen and you played some college ball and it what was it Navarre?
yes, sir. UMSB.
Sorry, you okay. Um well, I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with Carl. When I heard basically after our first game, Coach Solo, our offensive coordinator brought Carl in. And I during the game, so I would love to be able to watch the damn football game. But we got people and sponsors and stuff, some good people I need to talk to, and it's part of it. But when I got my wife, who is from Mexico, and she little 5'1" woman and doesn't know anything about football, and she comes in and starts telling me, "Oh, see, it's quarterback." Well, I know she's definitely on it. She's on to something because she'd much rather be in Dillard or somewhere like that. Trust me, and baby, I don't pay no attention to that. BC powder they gave you wasn't what they said it was. But anyway, Carl, what do you think about the Arena League, man? What do you feel like as far as the speed of the game? Because I talk to a lot of people all the time when I'm on here. I tell everybody, I said, look, man, one thing y'all don't understand is the speed of the game. The arena football is going to help you when you get back outdoors, especially go from outdoors to arena football. And now, and there's a stagnant period where you want to try to, get on and try to move up. But right now, there's more opportunities in professional football than there's ever been. So becoming a professional football player is not nearly as hard as it used to be, in my opinion. But being in the NFL and sticking on a roster is definitely harder than it's ever been. But I don't. I usually don't. I usually don't. Like I told you earlier, man. I'm always kind of since I thought I was Mr. Quarterback Killer and stuff in my old years of trying to play this game. I haven't had a lot of camaraderie with quarterbacks and stuff. But you are by far the first one. Because if you're from Killeen, you're not that far from Beaumont, but you got that little Beaumont juke to you. We got a lot of players, man, for the NFL and the cornerbacks and stuff, and not just receivers, but I mean quarterback wise, you know, there's like I told Carl that, earlier we're talking about telling about, my agent career and stuff like that because that's my normal day job. And I said, I'm not gonna shoot you the crap. I played this game and stuff, and I know a good quarterback when I see one. I'm not saying this is the only team. I'm saying this because it's real. So if you want to see something electrifying, and that's an old ass word I used to hear in football, but it sounds good though. But y'all, I don't care if you know anything about football because most arena football fans, the majority of them are not necessarily football fans, but it don't take a whole lot of common sense to come out there and watch athleticism. And if you want to see somebody, and I'm talking about a jackrabbit running with his tail on fire, come watch Carl. But the thing I like about him is his poise. He sits in the pocket. And I told him, I said, man, you like to be out there watching Netflix sometimes. You just got that disposition to be able to kind of hold your point. And only person I can ever say I remember of that, I remember Kurt Warner was like that. He had a real quick release, but Kurt Warner couldn't no way in hell move like this man. So I know I'm jumping on a big one there, but we're gonna see. We got some games left. Uh, by far, Carl's on track to be the best quarterback in any of the leagues in indoor football. And as y'all know, if you disagree with me, DM me out. Damn, I love that kind of stuff. But Carl, tell us your whole thing about the arena game, man. This is, like I said, I was a defensive player, man. I used to have a pass rush zone and stuff. So my questions may not always fit or be suited exactly. I mean, because I know one thing: the quarterbacks I have represented and stuff are on a completely different hemisphere when it's talking to them. But it's good. It's intelligence. I mean, it's smart and stuff. I mean, I'm listening to them. And I'm thinking, man, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. But you know what I noticed? I noticed that y'all see, you don't like me as like like a small defensive end or something or stand up rush linebacker. I see one way, But quarterbacks, I mean, it's like y'all have to see everything. Y'all have to know. I mean, yeah, I've wondered what that experience is like about sitting back there and how are your reads? I mean, as a quarterback, give me some stuff about the AF like our indoor period that that just I know that the difference in that and outdoor, I'm saying, is a player.
uh, making reads, at least on the field, I try to make everything outdoor fit indoor.
Hmm.
But because it's less players, it's much quicker reads. And I know everything got to be uh, timed a little faster. So my reads are pretty simple. Goes to high safety back down to corner. Their zone, trying to see how they fit our formation or who chases the emotional man. So I mean, the reads are pretty similar, but
Hmm.
like you said, it's a quicker game, it's faster pace for sure.
And what do you and with that receiver motion? I mean, the CFL does that. So the CFL's been, that's when you see the CFL picking up a good amount of guys from the ring league.
Well, I'd say the difference between CFL and indoor is that defender got like time to recuperate because everybody's already boxed in.
You're
I
right
mean,
about
you
that.
make one person miss, but you got time to get back up and catch you. Outdoor, once you out of there, you out of there. So
Yeah.
that's what I like about getting back outdoor.
So I tell you, quarterback smart. I didn't thought about it like that. Ah,
I've just really been thinking about that, like playing recently. Like you make somebody miss, you turn around and here he is again because he ain't had that much room to make up. Like,
I was telling our coach, Coach Mayfield, I was telling Corey last night. Um, I told him, I said, we were talking about you, and I said, man, I said, Corey, I said, I always believe in leverage and like with old linemen and stuff. People talking about D line too short and all that. They went on leverage. I said, talking about Carl. I said, Corey, that's the last kind of quarterback I want to mess with. I said, that's like chasing a damn rabbit on something I'm not even say right now. And he started laughing. He said, man, you really got it all. But the thing is, you got a good arm consistently. I saw when you got player of the week, you got player of the week. It was last week too, huh? Or
it's
last week, or week before, one of them.
the game before this last.
Okay, is that the one where they had down? You had the 70, your passer rating stuff like that. So if let's say you're at fourth and I don't know 3 or something like that, you feel I mean, is your comfort zone to hold the ball? I mean, do you still have kind of like I'm not sure running back mentality. I mean, but
Honestly, people think I'm a dual threat quarterback. I honestly perceive myself in the pocket passer. I just,
really,
indeed, I'd rather throw the ball much rather than run it. But while I'm scrambling back there, my last choice is to run. So I'm always looking for my receiver last second. That's why I'm a play extender. Feel me? So like 4th and 3,
yeah,
yes, I'm gonna look to throw it, but because everyone's looking for me to throw it, I know I have legs. Number 3 yards, I can always get 3 yards. So that's where my game kind of differs between everybody else. As long as I'm sitting back there, no one's gonna think that he wants to run it. But
I like,
we all know I can run it. But
yeah,
indeed,
you got like I think your hips are double jointed.
man, honestly, I'm gonna give all credit to flag football. I played flag football for a little bit. It taught me hip rotation, movement, how to just off center tackle. So a lot of times if you catch me like not moving my feet, I'm just trying to get somebody angled away against each other, away against from them. So like if someone grabs your hips,
Yeah,
just swinging somebody off, just rotate your hips can break that tackle.
damn, man. If y'all are out there, if you're smart, and push record. You don't take time. You try to write notes down, and you like me, it's gonna take you an hour, but y'all need to record this. I'll have to. I listen to it.
Indeed.
I like that though. What about the pass rusher in football? You know, I mean, most guys, like I said, are pass rushers that I deal with. But the thing is, I mean, I know back when I played, I don't know, man. There was difference, but Coach and I were talking last night, and he said, "Hey, man, it's still a game," and Corey played a long time, so he knows, but it just seems to me back in the day, people didn't get sacked as much as they do now. And then of course, we didn't have running back. We had fullback. That was definitely not something that was up my alley, but I still had to do it. But how how does it feel? How does it feel as far as, I mean, like what kind of plays in arena football are similar? And it's gonna kind of sound a little bit elementary, but that's how I am right now. I'm still trying to figure the NAL game out. When I went out there, can they run a double back set?
Yeah, most definitely.
That's what I think. That's what I saw in our first game, and I thought, man, look, what in the hell is that? And I also noticed, in being back in the pocket like that, I mean, you see the D lineman, are you seeing the D end spin and stuff like that?
Uh,
Well, I know that. Well, honestly, if that's what you're looking for, that's probably that just shows you how much I know about being a quarterback. You got a lot of spin.
So I'm about to say it's definitely levels to sensing pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So some QBs, like our first, as soon as we catch a snap, our eyes definitely going upfield. We're trying to read safety because if it's a perfect play, we know we got time.
Yeah,
But at the same time, that go with peripheral vision. As I'm looking up, I can also see like helmets below, like just down here. So if I can sense, my lineman slipped or it's high pressure, I know whether not to do, take a 3 step
yeah,
or whether just to scoot back up in the pocket. It's kind of like a
like
brief a brief glance. Like you got to kind of take a double
yeah.
take.
That's like, to me that all sounds
Yeah,
more like,
it's like
but
chewing bubble gum walking.
yeah, it is. That's like, when I've got some guys in trained, like, to get ready for combine and stuff like that out of college, you know, dudes that use their hands or they don't know how to use their hands. And I don't think most every damn kid coming out of college knows how to use their hands. Seems like, but being able to use them, like Metarai is a good example. Metarai knows how to use his hands. So the first time I met Metarai, I asked him, "Who are you working with?" And he said, "What do you mean?" I said, "Who works with you?" I mean, curious to know who the hell's teaching you how to use your hands like that. And because he's good, and that's an instinct you have to have. Just like when you sit like a quarterback, you have to have an instinct because you can't. I'm trying to teach guys, just simple stuff, man, and they'll slow up when they're on the rush, and they'll sit there and they'll play patty cake tap.
Indeed.
And I'm thinking, bro, what are you doing?
I'm about to say, speaking on Meta that man Oos, that's a different lineman,
Man,
man.
Riley,
Hey,
man, Riley, don't your head start getting big, man. I want to see the first tattooed on the damn neck.
Airhead, baby. That's one of the coldest D linemen I've ever ran into. What he do on the field, he magnificent. It's really like a working art. watching it in slow
You know
motion.
what, man?
I kid you not.
I've had that kid for 2.5 years, man. I watched this film. First time I watched this film, I didn't know what side of school it was.
Mhm.
And he looked like Debo out there with some little people put that one.
Huh.
And I told him, I said, man, I said, and it was an accident. 'Cause I hardly ever see people's friend requests on Facebook. I mean, that's not my deal. But some way it got, he told me I still think he sent it to me, but he says I did. So I don't know, maybe I was going through and I saw two young girls, something like that, kid, and I said, kid, met a ride. But met a ride got, we reached out, started talking, and I saw his film, and I said, damn, I said, because he was playing nose primarily. And I mean, he was sliding through the gaps. I mean, he was doing some old school, like he was ice skating. But his hands, though, man, I mean, like I tell him guys, I said, look, I said, if you're going to use your hands, when you're using your hands, can't slow down. It has to be all one motion. So when I would see as a player, when I would see the tackles, when I would see his hands coming at me, like you were talking about as a quarterback, you have that feeling. When I see that in my peripheral vision, and they're coming out, my mind is still at the quarterback. But when I see those hands, I'm, oh,
Facts.
no,
Reflex.
knock their Rolex off, baby.
Look, reflex get back to you.
I still got, hey man, take the Rolex. You know, I'm trying to, I'm gonna do everything I can to feel young.
Yeah.
And I still got 2 games I'm gonna try to play. And coach, y'all hear that? I already paid the fine for them, so we need some DN and stuff like that. You need tough, or we can do some tough man contests. We're gonna have fun. But we got the Rougarou Saturday. Um, our last 4 games have been won unbelievably. I didn't even watch first half of the last one because my stomach was hurt.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is. I mean, people are like, well, them kind of games. I said, those kind of games like that are what people pay to see. Because I mean, what are the chances of a team? I mean, people don't realize. I mean, how. I mean, this just don't happen. You know what I mean? It's like, and I didn't realize who we played. I guess last week, the second we beat them by 3 last. And I was looking at that. I said, man, that is crazy. And it was Josh. It was Josh did for the man. Josh has really turned out to be something, man. He right, yeah, he was the right place, the right time. I seen him running. I kept thinking, man, don't call it back, don't call it back, don't call it back. And they did. And I said, because those referees, hey, I'm gonna tell you, I don't. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I see. I'm talking now. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna get back on my boy here. 'Cause I can't be taken away from him. Look, we've had 4 games, and out of our 4 games, I don't know. I'm not one to complain about stuff, but I don't know if you cats making side money or something, but this is ridiculous. If we get 5 games and referees are as sorry as they've been, I'll keep you can find me on Facebook. Yeah, I don't care what you do. Y'all know what the hell you do. And I don't care who it is, what the owner, who it is, but some ain't because it's gonna take a genius to look in there. How the hell are you gonna call? You can call holding anytime. I mean, you teach your line to get up on it. So that's kind of like when a cop pulls you over and says, because your license plate runs out. We all know that's BS. That's just the reason to get you over. So you know what, y'all use the same excuse. I know I already see the game going, but it's all right there. We whooping everybody's ass. And I am getting cocky, but with that cocky, she'll stay confident. And if I got people like next to me, you know, I feel good. But for the first time, I tell you what, I'm going out there, going to the games because I want to go watch quarterback play. So glad you listen to this. I guess it's coming. I'm getting older now, so I'm getting like you now. I want to see the offensive stuff. But I still ain't gonna give up on pass rushers. So Meteorite, man, I'm loving giving him some love, man. Who else? Who else? I know you don't want to anybody.
I was about to say, I'm gonna give the whole team that.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I love about Corey, man. Corey has a good, he's all about the team and love and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And that's he's definitely different dude, man, different kid, different cat. But so if you before you okay, so right now, I actually wanted I wanted to see how big Carl was myself. And also, y'all know how bad I am with names. But if I forget Carl's name, then y'all know it's time to put me at home because my real name is Carl. Or you can say Carlos. You know, y'all want me to speak Spanish, I need my cash out. But anyway, Carl, Carl has Carl's got. My wife, like I said, doesn't know anything about football. I don't know what she's talking about. I was a quarterback. Carl is definitely some. Carl puts on a show, and so if you want to come out, you want to see something different. You want to see something, and you got your nice glycerin and your lisinopril and your whatever the hell else you're taking. But you don't need to take something. But every single time this man pulls it out, and anybody watching out there, y'all know who I'm talking about from certain leagues and stuff like that. I say, you see this man's humble. You see he's quiet. You know, of course, y'all know me already. You know, I will talk all day to a rant. So if you'll talk to him, or if he'll look at him funny. But you know, you see exactly what I got. You know, he's not. We had a couple of on here, you know, kind of had might just coming in cocky and stuff, trying to look all, you know, with fake old sunglasses and all that stuff. And you know what, man, I would get my left toe if I could play here. I could really play again and sack and dudes, man. Just hurt him or something. I don't think I feel bad. What do you feel? You know, I noticed what is it about Beaumont like so the last time you played football you were like, where were you? Because I mean, like when you came in, it's like I didn't, you know, I didn't, you know, dealing with something and then all of a sudden, so okay, and because they had talking before about Reed, and he kept saying, look, I got somebody, and so you know, I didn't, like I said, when I saw you on TV the other day, I said, that's cool. Because I mean, you know, in helmet stuff, you know, and you know, unfortunately, I'm just horrible with names, man. I mean, I forgot my kid's birthday that day. It's a jump thing. And the lady said, "What's his birthday?" And I looked at him. What's his birthday? He goes, "You don't know my birthday, Daddy?" I said, "Yeah, I do, son. What's your birthday? Tell her." And he couldn't remember it. But anyway, if you had if you had to say, okay, like right now, if you were if if you can run the ball, I mean, you say you're a pocket passer, like you like to pass. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I didn't tell Carl what to say during this because number one, I couldn't remember. But y'all know who I'm talking to out there who follows on all this stuff. You just heard this man say he's a pocket passer, so you already know what that means. That means there's a lot more to it than you see. Because I would have said the opposite, you know. But then again, I'm definitely not a quarterback. A good aficionado, but I know enough that I've sacked enough of their asses. But I do think Carl would give me a run for my money because I probably would say, man, hell with this. It's time for me to live life now. I'm chasing you all around the place. But you know, what was your favorite game so far, or your first, you know, your favorite touchdown? Man, I'm asking questions now. You everybody.
Uh, Favorite game so far? I probably have to say that first Sioux City game. Um,
Yeah,
just because it was my first indoor game, just like getting my feet back wet.
yeah.
So it's a nice challenge.
Well,
Now that I'm getting the understanding of the game, honestly, uh, every game's gonna get more exciting from here on out. So
man, the thing is you came in to something. You know, I've been around this stuff a long time. I've never seen. I'm trying to think so I don't lie. Uh, I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback come in and you know you see it outdoors, but that's what they've been playing their life. But coming to this game, because you know people don't realize I don't know they hear arena football and they some you know they don't have respect and stuff for it they should, but you know get your ass out there and play it. I said, but nah, you know the thing is it's just like it's so fast. So you know if you go back to like when Kurt Warner said that game is what made him make them. And you know he's always been thing, especially being a quarterback. But you're a lot better athlete than he was so bad about that. But what you know, because I know Kurt was definitely. I mean, every time he touched the ball, he scored. It seemed like, you know, he had the right combination. But you know, if you know if you're back outside, I mean, when you're out, if the last time you played outside, I mean, were you like? always like to call it a rat, honey rabbit or something. I'm not gonna say.
Uh, by definition, I give myself a play extender. Yeah, outside I got way more room to work with too,
Yeah,
and two more extra lineman blockers as well. So I mean,
that's
um,
true. You need the big boys.
indeed. So I
Like,
mean, I'm all big on angles. So when I'm doing anything, I do is for the purpose. So I mean, it's definitely a play stacking thing. Trying to look for the last pass at any moment. So
what made you? You know, a lot of people can say they're team players and stuff, but that's kind of crap. And but you know, when I played too, I was kind of selfish. You know, I always tell myself, if I have a good game, she'd say, I don't care. You know,
mhm.
and that's probably the wrong way to be. It was a team sport, but you know, I've noticed. You know, noticed you not only have your good poise and everything, and you're good. You know, some words that this generation doesn't even use anymore. Some of the old cats will know, take note.
Mhm.
But you know, what do you you know, what when you get the ball, I mean, what's the difference of looking at an arena field, and then of course I know what outfield is going to be bigger, but I mean, is it easier? I mean, like, is it easier, or it seems to me like crowd, so it's going to be harder to hit them, like in the end zone stuff like that.
So outdoor, it's a lot more space they got to cover.
Right.
So as I'm looking at my reads, if we 2 by 2 or my running back in the backfield, say we got like a slant sit and an arrow coming out, I know the outside linebacker has a certain space that he has to
Right.
choose between whether am I going to cover this sit or the arrow. In arena, he can just sit on the sit, and because there's a wall there, that wall is like the extra defender. So I mean, yeah,
You know what, man? I ain't never thought about that.
we can take the arrow all day, but
What? I ain't
it
never
can only
thought
go
about
so
it.
far.
See, that's what I told you on the phone when I was messing with you. I said, yeah, I actually quarterbacks. I said, too weird to talk to. This too weird. You know, that's why you're a quarterback, because you see stuff like you see things that you know. I mean, hell, I didn't. I saw one thing. The quarterback, the ball, would try to go get him. Anything else, you know, I wouldn't any better going to get somebody to get a cup of coffee.
Right?
But you know, if you're given the opportunity to go to the next level, which you know by far is, I think, a no-brainer. Uh, what do you feel like you gained out of arena football, or just indoor football alone? That's made you. It's going to make you a better outdoor player.
Alerts, having to watch defenders move out my peripheral, because in arena, as you see them in motion, the defenders are trying to change defenses in motion. Feel me? So outdoor, since everybody's stationary, I can already kind of glance and see a DB bailing off or a linebacker trying to, jump on his blitz.
Right.
So it's kind of helping out with my eyesight, timing, making something out of
So
nothing, smaller windows. Because I know once I get back outdoor, I know it's gonna be way bigger
yeah.
gaps.
So you know, like my guys that said they've gone outdoors is I like to say this every show these I do. I say I do. I literally get this call. There's a couple of them that call me. Say they don't admit it, but a lot of them are lying. But they'll call me and they'll tell me. They say, because I tell them also, but man, it's gonna make you better players. So when I got you know, I was like, you know, 'cause that was like the, but you know, it's not like that. I mean, you know, you got the UFL, and I mean, come on, you know, you're playing, and I, you know, I got a lot of all front office guys I'm good, I'm cool with. So you know, y'all take this the way you want to. You know, I'm very real about shit, about stuff. Yeah. But you know, it doesn't seem to me, and I've kept up with this hard since 2000. I guess it was 2020 when the XFL came. 2021. What it when the well, they came in when COVID, because COVID knocked them out. Because when I had open, he got yeah. But one thing I've noticed is, and this is something that I don't think anybody else has studied. I've actually studied. Is I went, and I did as close as I could. So I went back. I went back about to a 15-year period, and what I did was I got how many guys in within the AFL made it. Not only got invited to the NFL on or OTAs, where they call them now, everything's different. But the thing is, but they stuck. And believe it or not, man, I'm pretty sure my figures were probably not right on dead point. Now, you know, sometimes I have trouble with fifth grade math, math guys. But the thing is, it was like 61% made the rosters. And whereas, and I'm not by any chance dogging out league, but I'm saying this to the GMs, in the UFL. And y'all know it. Every one of y'all knows me. Y'all all know I'm crazy. But I'm gonna tell you right now, here's your proof right here that everything I say, this is coming from a young man that's half my age. And so you know I'm not coming up with a bunch of crap when I tell you that it makes you faster. And some of y'all know that I've sent you guys, and it's been proven because of the NFL right now. And I can start naming names on that, but right now, I'm just man. So that's my thing is I always get I hear the field, you know. But as a quarterback, man, and the thing about it in your deal, it's great. I hate to always bring it back, man. It's Kerwin, I mean, but I mean, he made the. There's a lot of guys that did, there's actually a lot of quarterbacks that did make it to the shot, but they still win Super Bowl and stuff and have his career. But back in the day, man, people used to when Jerry Jones had a team, you know, his son was a GM and actually Coach Mayfield worked was one of the coaches, and I think he played for him too. But anyway, but they would hop guys. Guys would jump back and forth. So arena leagues going on, during the spring, and you got Jerry Jones. You know, actually, when it was training camp start, arena ball would still be going. So he would take them. They were literally catching a flight the next day and go across the country playing a game, and then they would come. They would be on special teams in the Cowboys game, or then they hit and then they play arena ball, and he did that. So Jerry Jones is a big believer in arena ball, and Jerry and that's a team that I have a good relationship with, and but I just have to I had to get with you and know hey you have where do you feel comfortable, how do you fit, but I think you said the golden question when you said that was the fact that you see yourself as a pocket passer. I mean, I would have lost that bet. I mean, to me, you look like you. This is just my perception. When I watch it, you look to me like you kind of like thinking, come on, let it get bad, let it get bad, let it get bad, so I can say, yeah, I'll take it. And and the time you scored, and when you done my chubby bunch running down. I'm running sidewalk. So I told my wife, I said, say juke's in there. My wife, she don't know what juke means. She's like, hey, what? I said, I maybe like a hamster on a wheel or something, you know what I mean? But what do you think about the DBs you face? I mean, you think they're just as athletic as the ones outside, or I mean, I know that's not really a question. I mean, I guess the coverages are different by far.
By far.
Um,
I'm honestly going to, the DBs I face every day in practice have been by far better than the DBs on the other side of the ball playing games, which has helped me honestly pick up on speed in this game much faster.
yeah,
DBs like Gio Howard, Trey Taylor, like Jalen Hicks, like there's boys out there that's like really making me better every day.
yeah,
So, um, once we play the game, other than me and my chemistry with my receivers, henceforth, that's the only thing stopping us from scoring more points is I got to be on the same page with my receivers. So as you see, it's getting better every weekend and week out.
yeah,
So give us this game, give
yeah,
or take. Our goal of this game is to put up 60 plus, just because we know we haven't played our full potential football yet.
yeah. You know, it, I mean, I know this sounds crazy, man, but if we do every game, because I think it's taking with that because people just want to see something. I mean, it's exciting. You
Now,
know,
indeed, it's like
I mean, the game wasn't that high scoring, but I mean, the thing is, back, we had a lot of game. Back in the day, it wasn't uncommon to score 100 points. I mean, that's what everybody pretty much aimed for. But now that they run the ball, I think that's what slowed the ball down. I mean, slow the game down. I mean, some people have different opinions, but
I'm gonna say, fans, and at least our fans, we don't want the games to be close with. Like
yeah,
as a first year team, as players coming together, like we still don't know each other from a can of paint yet. Like
yeah, and
we done opened the paint now so far. We done put something on the walls now, but like
yeah,
we still learn each other to this day.
and that's the thing about it, man. Every team we played, they have some kind of camaraderie already. In this last game, two new receivers or something like that, or two new guys, or I remember hearing about it, but so the thing is, that's it's not like basketball. where you just send somebody in there. I mean, hell, the NBA now is more like four court ball than anything. I mean, everybody hogs ball shit, but it's fun to watch though. But the thing is, I don't know if you heard. I heard Rodney Roadshaw is one of our owners, by the way. And Rodney was telling me he was watching the news when they were doing a deal on Carl, and they asked him. You see what he said? They asked you who your backup was. You see what? Did you hear what Rodney said?
Jesus.
Right. But it's the way he said it. He said it so bluntly and so like nonchalant, like it is Jesus. Like I mean, Rodney believed him. You know what, man, Carl? I'm always come back all that motivation stuff, man. If you got to put a dot on your head and something else to motivate, I don't care what it is. But the thing is, man, stuff like that, you know, I would use that. I would put that in mind, because Rodney's a very devout, extremely devout. He's a cat. And he's not about religion. But I'm saying he's a man of God. And besides, Rodney, a hell of a businessman too. So I got you on that. But no, Rodney's been great for us. But man, when he said that, the way he said it, man, I wrote that back. I laughed at that so many times. Said, he just poured it back up. Jesus. And it was just funny because he said it like that's who it is, damn it. That's who I'm saying it is. But
He got that the first time we met at the hotel. He he was like, so how does it feel to be on the quarterback playing? I was like, normal to be honest. Like this is what I wanted. If
yeah,
I could have anything else, who wants to back up to?
right,
Respectfully.
right.
But he was like, so if you get hurt, who's going in? Or if you mess up, who's going in? I was like, the only person behind me is Jesus. To be honest.
Uh,
You feel me?
yeah,
That's what I'm gonna get my strength from every time.
right.
So ever since that game went in Sioux City when he was like threw that pick, but you came back and won the game with that last pass, he was like, that was nobody but Jesus. And I was
You know what, man? I bet you Rodney says that when he's on the pulpit in the church. I mean, I haven't
like,
seen
every
it.
time we see each other, I know that's what he said to me. I only ain't gotta guess what's gonna happen.
That's right. That's what I love about it, man. This stuff is like, my dad's not Rodney alone, but Rodney, I just kind of got, Rodney's like, oh, he's on top. He loves all this. And, if y'all know Rodney goes above and beyond. He does so much. He'll do the tailgate tomorrow with Zumo with the sausage out there, and Giglio Distribution Company, thank you very much for what you're sending. That good cold ice water. That just says beer. But no, Rodney's got a lot of faith in you. Coach got a lot of faith in you. But the thing is, as I have Carl on, I'm not in my studio right now. As you see, I'm in a very high class hotel. I had to find a place that would do the old $20 by the hour deal, but no, I got it for 15. But if that was true, I thought we'd see that. But so if you see yourself next year, what do you see yourself like as far as playing wise? Or let me ask you, what are your goals? What are your goals in as a player?
As a player, honestly, if the Most High allows, I would love to play outdoor. It honestly don't matter CFL, UFL, NFL.
Yeah.
It could be NFL practice team, but just another chance to play outdoors because I know what I got to offer for sure. So
Well, I think I told you. I don't know if it was you. I think would you? No. I don't think you know what you're paying quarterbacks, mate.
it was what about that.
Oh, yeah, okay. It means, but no, that and I did find out there's a guy over there. He's got I think he's got an indoor background, and he played like a D2 school. He played a couple years, but he doesn't have a resume to jump out at you. But he's making like 230. I mean, for y'all out there, it's not money. I mean, there's a lot easier ways to make a living. You better keep healthy at it and play football, but it's a lot funner. But the thing is, you have so many opportunities because even like Europe will get a good quarterback, and there's been guys from after it when they call it NFL Europe now, but it's not NFL Europe. But back in you have a lot of shots. And quarterback can move and do what you can do, man. I'm just telling you, as an agent, so and sky's the limit. That's an understatement. Uh, it's just finding the right. I think at first when I watched you, I watched some more film actually before I left, and I was thinking, you know, you need to he has to fit in the right offense. Normally, I tell people that this is all variables to make it. Is first of all the coordinator has to like you, then so and so has to like you. This has like you have to fit the system. You have to smell right. You got to wear the right. There's so much stuff. It's crazy. So when you do make it, it's like man, that was God. He finally he just he I guess he woke up and decided for a couple minutes to throw a couple guys in. That's all he did. But I think I'm telling you, in my opinion, there's definitely no doubt. If I see you play indoor football next year, I'd show up. I said, "What happened, man?" Or something. Because I mean, you've proved. I mean, just in the games I've seen you in, you've proved. There's really not. I mean, I'm not like. I mean, there's still. I mean, we still got a season left. So I mean, but I'm gonna tell you how old school I am to be safe. And I bet my dad would agree with this. Because the way you can move, man, I would. As soon as it takes me, but as soon as you touch that ball, I'd be gone. Because you ain't got, but they said me so small that. And I heard we were gonna run the ball. How do you feel? What do you feel about that, though? I mean, you probably feel probably sore as hell about your legs, but
No, I already told RLC Coach Solo any QB design runs that I had to take that out. I I'm not a fan of QB design runs because when everybody knows I have the ball, it's much harder to go through. But if I can send everybody, yeah, it's a lot different.
that's a smart thing there. Some stuff.
Any QB sweeps, and I'll be like, no, because that's 11 people one way.
Yeah,
I'd rather have 6 people one way.
yeah.
So that's good enough.
Well, so look, and anybody says they're a fan of getting shit knocked out of them, they're crazy.
Okay. Good.
I mean, I probably said that a couple times. I don't know how much I believe it. As long as they don't touch my knees, I'm okay. But uh, you know, if I guess what I say, like, where if you had it right now, if you got a genie bottle or a genie comes out, says, where what do you see yourself this time next year? Or where do you see yourself, like, honestly, I mean, where do you see yourself playing or what? I mean, because
If I could rub the genie bottle and it can go my way, probably the Saints.
really,
Even on just practice team, work my way up the Saints because they
what
don't have
I
no
was,
true
I
number
would
one.
say, what time is it? Uh, Jeff Ireland, the Saints GM, is actually right. Well, but it's like and he definitely trust me. And I don't want to say what he'll do as far as so I don't know kind of legality crap. I'm not getting to tell him no. I got to edit this out. Y'all wish y'all knew what I said. There were two computer screens today, but that just shows you what it is. You already got to go spend money by those. But for the Saints, so why the Saints?
I love the offensive scheme, kind of like a air raid West Coast.
Yeah,
Um,
my dad likes that. My dad's big fan.
I'm a fan of quick reads.
Yeah.
Um, I like getting the ball into playmakers' hands. So I mean, the less they got to be in my hands, the better. And you feel me? They respectfully, they do take their fair chance at deep shots. So you know,
I tell you, Carl, you definitely politically answer everything perfect. I mean, no, I'm not saying to be funny, but I'm saying, it just shows the game. I mean, you see the field. And I've noticed that, man. I've noticed that because I've gone back and watched, especially when the camera's behind, where I can see from behind, and it's no, I'm not looking at nobody's damn tight pants on the damn line. So anybody sends me that, I'm gonna come crying your ass. No, but no, notice, like I told you, Dad, I said, you have this. this poise about you, and it's almost like you know, it's almost like you gotta bring me something. Like you're so relaxed, and I can't imagine playing football like that. I probably had a few screws knocked out of me when I was a kid, so that's probably why. But you is you have. I mean, watch the other quarterbacks. I mean, I don't know if you ever do, but I make it. I kind of make that a purpose. I leave the other quarterbacks on the other teams, and these cats got somebody coming there, man. You can tell when somebody's running because they know how to run and they know how to get the hell away from somebody. You can tell when somebody's running for their life. And these dudes look like they're running for their life. They're scared as hell. Like they got a pit bull, gunpowder in his teeth coming up. But you have, I mean, it's almost like, and I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but you sit like, and it's kind of like you have either a mindset that nobody's going to hit you, or you're going to figure something out. Or if they hit you, hell, if they just hit you for this. I mean, you look, it's business partner, Dietrich, Dietrich's been going 9-9 for the lead now. He just signed Washington. I think he's in OTAs right now. And, you talk to Dietrich and stuff, and Dietrich is one of the soft spoken, extremely nice guy. But I used to ask myself there. I know his dad. Dietrich's dad's cool. His dad sounded like that old. His dad got a dog, and I asked him one time. I said, Dietrich, looks like he. I mean, he's a hell of a football player, but it's like, and his dad said something about toys. I can't remember what it was, but he said, that's the steam. He said, whatever. I can't remember, but it made sense, and it was similar to what you just said. But I'm glad you said the Saints, man, because I know we had a deal come out in that little group we had today, but I don't know how to give you the damn thing with the with all the players about meetings on us, all right, and all that. But you will. I will tell you right now, Carl has his game tomorrow, so I don't want to get in his head or anything. Corey, I'm doing that out of respect for you. Told me not to because he'd be real mad if I want to start telling Carl some stuff. I will tell you do that. I will get you. I can already see it. But you know, what about the long ball? What kind of arm you got?
It threw about 65.
Really? Okay. Well, that's fine. Uh, that's one thing I know I can ask. I mean, it's hard to tell sometimes the ring of all go dump, and it's. But I noticed you done some. You have done some. You pulled some things. I was like, man, he just pulled that. He just pulled it straight. I just because I mean, but it works. But yeah, man. When you're scrambling you feel like you're screaming, like you had that thought. I had a quarterback one time. He played in the league about 7 years, and he said when people came at me, that I literally was scared, and I found that hard to believe because he was dead alive, did not down that flight to used to, but he said, "No, you don't." He played back with John Reynolds, like the white friendly guy today. He says, "You don't give John Reynolds out of the head. This coming, John, you talk to him every from that makes me feel old. Uh, hell, he's been accepted in the Hall of Fame, probably over 80 years, maybe I don't know. But he said, he says, I'm running for my life. But what do you see with so the width of an arena field? Because I mean, with a regular field, it's so damn big. There's so many places to go. Um, that's why I think you, that guys, GMs, and people that don't understand that how you can benefit from marine football, then I'm just gonna straight up tell you that you don't watch enough damn film and you don't football like you think you do. Because if you're in that what I call a wreck zone, like you kind of call it,
Mhm.
and you have to come up with some good. Yeah, your brain has to come up with something quick.
Yeah.
And that's goes back to Kurt Warner again, and the whole thing about I mean his release would have been sad to the world. God, dude, I swear, when the ball, I mean his hand, he just hit the damn little. crap hanging off, and it was gone. So does arena ball make you feel? Do you think? I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna do. I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna do. And it hasn't told me but one quarterback this, and it did. But when you do get back outside, you're gonna feel it will be like Kurt Warner said when he was in camp with the Rams, he was like laughing because he was like, why you guys so slow? He was overthrowing everything. And that's like his nephew. I said that already. He's got that thing he had in college. He would overthrow the receivers. And a lot of people say, well, then there's also a way to correct that. Well, yeah, there's a way to correct it, but if your receivers are slow as hell, I mean, it's a little bit rough. It's I take the smash, and but do you feel like when you have traffic, it's harder to get out of? I mean, how long has it been since you played outdoor football?
I recently been playing outdoor 8 man, 1 man high motion arena football. So
Okay.
yeah, out in Edinburgh was called the RGB Kings. So that was about 2 years ago. Last year I just been training athletes specifically. So
So here's okay. Now here's it as we call another buying question. He had played football a year. All right, so he guys once again. Uh, I always do this. I say to them, they know what I'm talking about. Uh, y'all know what that means better than I do. But the man that played football a year, and he comes out there and he looks like he is settled. He can drink a damn gallon of moonshine. He's so white, he's just laid back. But I ain't gonna lie, I like watching the running ball. But I noticed when you saw Josh last week, like I told you earlier, like when they asked Doug Flutie that time, uh, and by the way, you know, I was starting out earlier to tell you Carl's height and the stuff, Carl was actually tested and by a legitimate, a very legitimate source, and somebody does report back to the league. And Carl ran 240s, Carl ran a 4.43, or a 4.47, and both of those were Lakers. So I don't care who you. I mean, you're talking about playing around now with the times because you just got all these other guys running this. Oh, we got all these DBs running. That's a bunch of crap. It's not. There's very few people, maybe 1%, not even that in the world to run it. And but the thing is I noticed that one thing I've been trying to get this out. I said, but it's like when you're in that box, it's so crowded. But like Doug Flutie said when they asked him, he said, "How do you see over the line?" Because Doug Flutie was 5'9", and it's like he said, "I see through him." And, I never gave much thought to that. And when I did start thinking about it, I said, "Damn, that makes a lot of sense. That's also got to be pretty damn hard." But I don't know if you do that but to me, when I'm watching your instincts, it is what you're doing because I'm back here, and I'm shorter than you, but I'm back here and I'm looking, and I'm that's why I've always been an end zone guy, except when the ball's on the side. So, but I'm watching, and it's like I'm watching I'm trying to watch how you're reading, watch what you're doing, and I swear, man, you're relaxed, but you know what? As soon as that pick, are you left or right hand? I mean, okay, some people have ambidextrous, so even if you're right hand, takes a step with the foot you're not supposed to. But I see when that first step comes, it's like we need to have some kind of thing that goes blow smoke in air or something because when you have that next step going, man, I mean, you can make a trash play into into goal. And I'm being straight up with you. I mean, because I've been seeing, and you look at the scores of the games. Carl always has something to do with why the game's won. I mean, we did have one week, but we had an interception. But who put the points on the board? So the thing about it is, you know, being co-owner and stuff, and being an agent, I would love to see Carl with his potential go, move on. So he's playing on Sundays one day. I think as long as we got there's politics and everything else involved, but if it's God's will, and there's the main thing was everybody out there watching this is in a front office somewhere. I'm telling you right now, the man has the athletic skills. I'm not going to sit here and mess my name up. It took 16 years to build this nation, and by lying about something. But the thing about it is, he's got the speed. He's 6'1". What are you about 185?
I'm 205.
I messed you up on that. I should have. How much you weigh, man? Okay.
205.
Okay. Well, I probably said 215. Well, all right. Coffee. Well, my bad. But that's so he's 205 and 6'1". Um, and he can juke like a bunny on some. I can't say it. But the thing is, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know where I'm coming with you. You know what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to say you already. And it'll make our conversations easier to come up. I'm being straight up the truth. But so if there's anything you want to tell anybody out there, man, I know it's kind of always waiting and everything. But if you want to tell, what do you have for the things? What do you tell? As far as they practice and every week it gets better. And what do you have to tell the fans to see you Beaumont or not or just to go and Triangle in general?
Um, to the Beaumont fans, first and foremost, we appreciate y'all support. Thank you so much. Um, please keep coming to the games. Bring people that you know, and the people that they know, bring more people that they know. You feel me?
Yeah,
The more people we can get in here, the better we're gonna feel about putting more points on the board. So
yeah, and I wish I could announce what or some entertainment we got coming up too, man. But I don't want to do that and get crossways with nobody. But look, if y'all want something to do Saturday, and if you've never seen a football game in your life, or you don't know anything about sports, and you like, I don't know, fixing cars or whatever it is you like doing, fishing, as long as it's not robbing banks, you know what? You need to tune in to the network we have. I forgot what it's called. Just look up YouTube. Or look on our website, Renegades, BeaumontRenegades.com under schedule have a game. Watch Carl. Carl, you tell me what number you are.
number 12,
Number 12.
number 12 come around. Promise you.
12. 12 was good. 12 was a good age. That's when I went from being from looking like a sumo wrestler to looking like a boxer. But anyway, tune in tomorrow. If you can come to the game, come to the game. We're still trying to get everybody pumped up on football. Beaumont, as you know, we have more current active NFL players uh, per capita. So there's a reason for that. So I'm hoping that this refinement smoke and everything else also is getting into Carl as long as they're messing him up in the future. But that refinement smoke, I think, got something to do with us as athletes. But Carl's an asset to the team. He's a hell of a leader. Uh, do you look at yourself as leader? I mean, we don't have a coach for us. I'm
Well,
very,
definitely. Yeah,
yeah.
well, definitely.
So are you the kind of leader that let me ask you this: you're the kind of leader you got a receiver, somebody not doing what they're doing. How do you confront them? That's a question I do like that. I don't know why, but I just maybe I've been a little further.
Uh, honestly, in practice, I'll be more myself, as in for the fact that I'm gonna push you just as hard as I want to be pushed as well. So, you drop a pass, I'm gonna be like, bro, you feel me? What other words or choices? But I'm
Right.
gonna say, come on, like we need that. But in game, I just give receivers a look, like like back in, because
Yeah.
I'm definitely not the type of quarterback you drop a pass. I'm not gonna be like, I'm not coming back to you
Yeah.
because you drop a pass, the defense think you suck. So they're gonna leave you open again.
Yeah.
I'm coming back to you, and you better
Carl, you're
catch the
smart,
ball.
man. You're smart. I'm glad we're talking, man. You're smart. My dad can hear this too. He goes, I like it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, hey, he could have done part. But hey, could be going out there. But he loves watching you play. He really does. He called when the game Saturday. Was it Saturday? Yeah.
Mhm.
And he said, "You watching that game?" I can't get it. I said, "It makes me nervous." He said, "You told me what the score was at the time." He said, "Yeah, it's time. It's time." He's in the game with that referee. So I said, "Again?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "You think buddy take some shortcuts on some money? They make a deal." I just don't put that in my head. Please don't put that in my head. Because I'm gonna tell you, referees say it from Beaumont. I don't know how. Because I some young cats that got out.
Penalty count was 16-3. Yeah, 16 flags called. Let's see.
Well, you know what? Them referees suck. Then
16 to
you know what? The league needs to look into that. That's crap. That's a bunch of crap. Whoever, hey, if you referee that game, this is coming straight from my face, from my mouth, and it sounds stupid. That's horrible. That's a bunch of trash. And everybody says it at home. I'm gonna say it to your damn face. Y'all are sorry. 16?
16.
I wonder how much money you got on that day. That's sorry. I'm sorry you can't. That's all right though. It didn't come back. We don't play. That's the last time we played it. Y'all got lucky. You referees especially got lucky. Y'all keep y'all. Where was it? What was it? Team lucky.
Sioux City, Iowa.
Ow. Y'all better stay in the damn cornfields up there and hide. I guess that's where the corn is. I don't even know. Shit, I don't know. Me, this shit wasn't good.
I won't leave back.
Well, when I played, I had a couple places I would have made go back here. I probably not been get out much. So, but look, we gonna have Carl on a lot more. We have players on now and like, oh, here you go, this crap again. Don't tell us what time and all that. You know, I got the rich shit on me, and can't just kind of fart around. But I do have a lot of stuff I do. I gotta take trash out, get the mail, stuff like that. But no, we're gonna have, we're gonna have somebody on, you know, seriously, y'all need to get to know the players, but I mean, everybody don't know the quarterback. And I want to know the quarterback. I mean, well, we've talked here and there, but another thing, thanks, somebody. We come into business, get a good look at Carl's face. I mean, I don't know how he looks without a cap, but I mean, you can tell. I mean, it ain't hard. It ain't gonna be hard to see what's Carl. Okay. I mean,
I was about to say, if you find me, I usually got some kind of anime on, so I'm
no,
not
Carl,
lying.
you tell me.
Bro,
Carl, tell me. So, you know what? Let me tell you something. Hey, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna shut up. I don't like you tell shit. Maybe before you call shut. That anime, I thought, man, when we first started this team, Sam said, let's have an anime night. And let me tell you something, I lost it. Man, I lost it.
no,
He said, what the hell did you have those little weird cartoons from wherever they're at? And let me tell you what's funny, what kind of shut me up fast was I then knew it was not just something that did certain kind of Dietrich sent a picture in an anime costume. He said, I think it's a great idea. He said, oh my. I said, you know what, man? I am, I'm shutting up. And then I found out. I, something, but you dress up in anime stuff or what? Or you're in big anime. See, quarterbacks are smart, man. Y'all are smart, and I don't know personally, but y'all, I always say quarterbacks are weird too because like y'all see things a different way than most people. You really do. You see the world different. I think I see it as a chess match, but y'all see it as a chess match, and that's everybody I talk to. Even quarterbacks, I think that I can get along with talking because they might be able to have a little outlaw or something like that. Be a typical, what was his name? The damn from crap. Ooh, I'm losing now. Man, like the man voice. I can't see myself having a 3 minute conversation. But so I always knew quarterbacks were smarter, but I definitely know it now because the stuff y'all say and the stuff the way you read the football game that I like speaking Swahili to me. I don't even know it. But everybody, look, Carl is going to be coming out with some businesses. He might be with me if he's lucky. He will be. I got some new Armani cologne or something like that. I don't know if they're lucky. But anyway, look, sponsors. We still need some sponsors. Y'all come on out. Y'all see we're real. You see we're real, and we can't. We haven't proved that we're something a whole lot different. And I'm saying, you know, God doesn't. 4 games or whatever they've been. Come on now. So sponsors. You should. There should not be any kind of question. In fact, whether or not we're going to last or we're going to stay around. And we're gonna have some guys going from here. You're gonna see him play on Sunday and all that. Keep talking about slack. But look, I'm gonna bring Carl in, and hopefully y'all can just see him and know him. That's the quarterback. Because I've already told him, and I can't look. So, but we definitely need some sponsorships, and we would really appreciate everything. And the community is definitely getting involved a lot more. And I want to thank y'all for that. Me being from here, it's great, and nobody gets shot by his shot, but he goes out with a bat or something by now. But everybody's been cool with me that I go to the business too. Probably don't remember. But y'all see Carl, and he's coming in, and we're gonna come in, and we're gonna talk about the sponsorships, and also let me tell you something. The sponsorships don't only just help the team out; they help the players. I mean, players got to eat, housing, and let me tell you, it's not cheap. And anything y'all do is highly, highly, highly. We're thankful for every bit of it. So get ready to see Carl around town and stuff. I didn't know Carl had such a good king, not sales ability, but to relate to people. When I would call that sales, it's not sponsorship, actually it's partnerships. So we will be out there, and I'll be in my domain a little bit there. I think I'm Mr. Salesman of the Year, so I might rub off a Carl a little bit, but y'all know how it is in Beaumont. Y'all see the quarterback, and it's like, yep. So you have that up on. But anyway, Carl, thanks for coming tonight, man. I appreciate you. I'm not gonna say what time it is because, whoo, man, I get out of here. But God bless y'all, Renegade Nation. Thanks.